Hey everybody, fuck ice. How y'all doing? Fuck ice. Welcome to the stream. Fuck ice. Hope y'all are doing well. Fuck ice. It is Friday. Fuck ice at 2 p.m. Fuck ice. God, was there really anything else needed to say at the top of the stream? Fuck ice. What's up, guys? What a fucking week it's been, right? Welcome into stream, yo. If you're here to debate, if you're here to debate, 219-327-8005. Fuck ice. We got a couple of topics on the board. Trump is a terrible president. See ice. You have no compelling evidence for Christianity. Would love to talk about this today. Would love to not have to talk about like fascist fucking Donald Trump. Would love to talk about that. Trans men and women are men and women, gender from care for youth, and if you're MAGA, you're uneducated or a bad person. I think now more than ever, MAGA has proven to be bad people. I mean, the amount of people justifying a woman's death. And they love to hit back with, well, but what about when Charlie Kirk was killed by a fucking random citizen? I don't give a fuck. This shit is not comparable to being fucking killed by the state. Fuck off. I'm like not about it. I'm not fucking... Anyway, welcome into stream, everybody. Welcome in. Hope y'all are doing easy, breezy, beautiful, and cover girl. Fuck ice. Yo, Ferocity, Ando, 10 and Midnight Rose, thank you for being first in Twitch chat today. Claddums, thank you for subscribing to Amazon Prime. We do have the virtual... the horizontal and vertical YouTube running out today. So we have both horizontal and vertical YouTubes running today. So that should be chill. Hey, for tips today, for our Twitch goal for like tips, I'm raising money to keep a single mother from being evicted. That'll be today's goal. So anything you tip today will go to keeping 2 children from being houseless in the middle of fucking winter. Consider tipping. It goes a long way. Every time I do one of these mutual aid things, I do verify all of these stories before I start posting about it. So if you want to help support a single mother from being evicted, please consider tipping. That is a good... YouTube super chats won't count because that's just not how that works. But if you tip via Cash App, Venmo, anything like that, that does go to keep to mutual aid funds for right now. JD, thank you so much for the Venmo for the mutual aid for today. Thank you so much, friend. What a W. If we hit that goal, I am going to give away some merch on Twitch if we hit some goals. I actually have to change the goal for what I'm going to put the goal. Well, we'll just see what we hit. But it'll be stackable. So like if we hit this first goal, we'll do like a mug. If we hit a second goal, we'll do like a t-shirt. A third goal, we'll do like a sweatshirt, you know. Give me some W's to JD in the chat for helping with the mutual aid. Cash Apps, Venmos, and PayPals all will go towards the mutual aid fund. So just so you guys know. Anyway, fuck MAGA, am I right? Fucking pieces of shit. Dude, the amount of people last night who tried to justify this goddamn shooting pissed me the fuck off, dude. Amelia, thanks so much for the Cash App, adding to the goal. Thank you. Zach Harris, thank you so much for this Cash App. For the kids, because we actually pro-life over here. No, dead ass, dude. Dead ass. Taylor, thank you for the Venmo. Said fuck ice. Yo, true. Fuck ice. Yo, say fuck ice in your Venmos, everybody. If you send anything, say fuck ice. and I'll just say another fuck ice on stream. If you want to send a tip to like me personally, super chats are a great way to do that. But if you want to help out a family, let me send it to my thingy thing. Anything I get today, I'm just sending to them. So, figured it out. I had to do math. We figured out math. Crazy though. Crazy that people are justifying this goddamn shit. Kyrie, I think is how you pronounce that. Thanks so much for the Cash App. Thank you for the Cash App, friend. If you need mutual help aid as well, please go fill out my mutual aid form. This is the one we're doing today, but in like a couple days, I'm gonna have a new mutual aid journey because, you know, a lot of people need help right now. What's my PayPal? It's in my link tree. If you go to my link tree, you'll see my PayPal. Jared, thank you for the Cash App. Fuck ice. Nicholas, thank you for the Cash App. Fuck ice. Rob, thank you for the Cash App. Fuck ice. Yo, that's crazy. So that's where we at? And then and then I have to do math. I have to do some math. I'm really bad at math. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we'll see if anybody calls in today. 219-327-8005. Lena, fuck ice. Thank you so much for the Venmo. Fuck ice. I agree. Y'all are hitting with the fuck ices. Amelia said, oh yeah, fuck ice. Yo, so true. David, fuck ice. Yo, so true. Cassandra, fuck ice. Thank you. So true. Damn, we've almost $7 away from hitting our Twitch goal, which means you guys will win a mug. We'll do a mug giveaway at the end of stream if we hit our goal. So you could win a free mug. Ooh, Molly, thank you for the Venmo. Fuck ice. I agree, Molly. Holy shit. That means we did hit enough to win a mug. If we hit our second goal, we'll do a t-shirt. We'll do a free t-shirt for a Twitch giveaway for a t-shirt if we hit our second goal for the Mutual Aid Fund. Thank you guys so much. Remember, y'all, fucking, this woman was murdered. Don't let anybody fucking twist you up, secondly. McKellar, thank you for the Venmo. Said, fuck ice. Yo, totally agree, dog. Totally agree. Fuck ice, dog. It is federal policy not to jump in front of a moving car. It's just sort of federal policy. It's like there's no way around it. This ICE agent broke federal policy. Justice, thank you for the Venmo. Fuck ICE, I agree. Like, there's no way around it. Like, he jumped in front of a moving car. You're literally not supposed to do that. And then you're not supposed to fire at a moving vehicle if you have the ability to get out of the way. Which, guess what? He had the goddamn ability to get out of the way. Elias, thank you for the Cash App. Fuck ice, I agree. Hell yeah, fuck ice. Look, you see what's going on in my cup right here? What is happening to this ice as it sits out at room temperature? It's doing what, chat? It's melting. Fuck ice. William, thank you for the thank you for the Venmo. So, fuck ice, I agree. Matt, thank you for the Venmo. Wish we could unleash Art the Clown on ice is crazy. Devin, thank you for the Venmo. Fuck ice, I agree. God, y'all are hitting with the fuck ices today. Remember, anything you send, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, is all going to go into a mutual aid fund for a family that is facing eviction here in the winter due to no fault of the families. We out here, we try to make sure that we give back to the community out here. So one of the ways we do that, I'm gonna match any donations we make up to $500. I'm gonna match. So if we can hit up to 500, I'm gonna match that. Twitch, just FYI. I'm just letting you know, if we can hit up to 500, Twitch, I'm finna match it. So, Elias, thank you for the Cash App, said, for extra $1 for saying my name right, fuck Ice. That's good, yo. Anthony, double fuck Ice. Yo, thank you, Anthony. So not only will I match you guys' donations for the mutual aid fund today, but I will also give away merch. So think about that. See, Texas handed over their voter registration rolls. Yeah, obviously. Dude, the minute ICE went to, the minute DHS went to the IRS and said, hey, give us all the info you have on these people. That's when I knew it was some fuck ass shit, bro. JD, thank you for the Venmo. Said, so we should melt ice with flamethrowers. Fuck ice, crazy. Cassandra, thank you for the Venmo. Said, I got paid today, so here again, fuck ice, go birds. Fuck ice, go birds is fucking funny. Y'all are almost at winning a t-shirt too. So that means 2 giveaways for Twitch. Y'all will have 2 giveaways. New footage was released from the shooter's perspective. Was the body cam footage released? I'll watch it here on stream, and I didn't see it. Was the body cam footage released? I couldn't find it. Anna, thank you for the Venmo. Ice can get fucked and stay fucked. I agree, Anna. So real for that, yo. Oh, just his phone recording? The shooter was recording on his cell phone? Huh? Somebody link it to me. Somebody send it to me. You like my shirt today? Thank you. That's very nice of you. Anna, thank you for the Venmo. Said, need Nuremberg 2 Electric Boogaloo. Nuremberg 2 Electric Boogaloo is so funny. It mixes so many of my favorite things. Getting rid of Nazis and Always Sunny. Kyle, thank you for the Cash App. Birds are real. No, you've never seen a baby bird. So no, they're not. I've never seen a baby bird, so birds can't be real. How birds be showing up full formed? Hannah, thank you for the Venmo. Said fuck ice, edge, and edge MAGA is a wild statement I did not think I would hear in the year of our Lord 2026. But yo, fuck MAGA, straight up. Yo, MAGA, why aren't you calling in? Are you scared? You're scared. I don't even know why I asked. You're scared. Okay, did somebody link me to the footage on Twitch? Let me see. Okay. Do you want this video? Okay, 666666666. Let's pull it up. All right, we're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch this on stream for sure. For sure, we're gonna watch this on stream. How graphic is this? Maybe let me watch it first, and we'll see how graphic this is before I put it on screen. So he's filming with his cell phone?
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking president. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Okay, yeah, very clear. Yo, very clear. She wasn't trying to hit him. She wasn't even looking at him. Yo, no shot, dude. Fuck all y'all MAGA supporters, bro. Straight up. Fuck y'all with a double-edged fucking dildo, homie. What? What? Yo, okay. There's nothing happens on the video, so I don't mind showing it. There's no graphic anything in this. So we're gonna show this. Oops. What just happened? Oops. Uh-ohs. What just happened? What just happened? Okay, here we go. Oh, nothing showed up for YouTube. Here we go. Yo, it's very clear from this footage. So he goes around her car 2 times. So first and foremost, that guy last night who was like, he was flanking the car, bitch, he did a full lap around the car. If she was trying to hit him, why didn't she hit him the first time he went around the car? So intent clearly not there. Oh, fuck these pieces of shit, bro. She's very calm. She's calm as fuck. She's like, yo, it's chill. Wow, fuck these fucking pigs,
we don't change our
dude.
plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking president. You want to come at us? You want to come at us?
Clearly not blocking the. You can see that literally half the road is still available to drive on.
Some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Oh!
Yeah, that is not a justified shooting in any fucking sense of the word. Fuck all y'all fucking MAGA pieces of shit that claim that was justified. You can all eat taint for all I give a fuck. There's no way, dude. Crazy. Gwen, thank you for the Cash App. For ice serves a purpose in your cup. I mean, fuck ice. Yo, you almost had us in the first half there, Gwen. But yeah, fuck ice, dude. That's some fucking bullshit, bro. Someone said this video kills your entire argument. Did you watch the fucking video? Bro, I swear to God, people have no fucking eyes. Fuck are you talking about? This has nothing to do with MAGA. No, yeah, it definitely wasn't MAGA that got ICE into power, into the way they are now. It definitely wasn't MAGA that gave Trump all this power to mobilize ICE militarily. It definitely wasn't MAGA. You're right. My bad. Totally, that totally wasn't a MAGA thing. Yeah, shit, dude. Ooh, my bad. My bad. Anyone who says this was justified is a fucking crackpot, bro. They can't tell you how it's justified. The dude broke federal policy multiple times. You are not supposed to get in front of a car if you think a suspect is going to flee by vehicle. Quite literally, you're not supposed to do that, and that's what he did. It's pretty embarrassing. Truly. She was a lesbian from Colorado. Who gives a fuck? The fact that you have to bring up who she was proves you have no actual argument. You're trying to use this as like, that's a good reason she's dead. You're all pieces of actual human garbage. Actual human garbage. He wasn't at the front of the car until one of his people came to try to force her out of the car. Then he moves around the front of the car to try to stop her from moving. She leaves. She's not even looking at him because to her, he had already moved around to the side. She saw him. Move around to the side. She had no idea he was in front of her. You guys are just fucking. This is what I'm talking about. Everybody that fucking talked to us like, oh, the left glorifies violence. Look at you guys. The minute someone disobeys with law enforcement, you're like, fuck them, kill them. They all deserve fucking death. You're all pieces of actual human shit. Dead ass. I don't care. Say it to your fucking moms for all I give a fuck. Oh, I was muted. I would be shocked if the ICE agent faces any repercussion. So what is there going to be for him to pardon? The investigation's not in the state's hand anymore. The FBI took it away. They took over the investigation. So what? He's not going to face any fucking repercussions. The party of pro-life loves when women are killed. It's amazing. Yo, call in if you want to debate, guys. Don't be pussies in the chat. Sorry to anybody that doesn't like that I say the word pussy. But also, like, call in if you're not afraid of your fucking opinions being torched. I like how they're calling this body cam footage when it's clearly a cell phone. And literally, you can see in the video that she is very clearly turning her car away from him. He was just a pussy. Sorry again for using the term. Come up with a better term for coward, and I'll use that. He steps closer. She turns and goes moving. He steps towards the vehicle. Taylor, thank you for the Venmo. Said, you know how sometimes you get mustard water on your hot dog? That's ice. Ice is human mustard water, making everything soggy and pissing me off. Yo, true? Human mustard water confirmed? It's unbelievable. And MAGA's not... Y'all, stop debating them in the YouTube chat. Don't debate them in the YouTube chat. That's what they want. They want you to debate them in the YouTube chat because then they have plausible deniability. Well, I didn't see that message. Well, there's too many messages for me to... They're afraid to call in because they know it fucking... I will disprove their arguments on almost every fucking account. What are they going to call in about? Trump's a great president. Really? By doing what? Well, his tariffs that have increased the cost of consumer goods by damn near 200%. That's a really good thing. Oh, okay. Wow. I didn't know that increasing the cost of consumer goods was good. My bad. I must have fucking not been here when I took a civics class that said we shouldn't increase the cost of consumer goods. Oh, what was I doing with my day? Oh, well, I have compelling evidence for Christ. Well, what's the evidence for Christ? What do you have? Well, the Bible. Bible's the claim, not the evidence. Oh, but I swear I have compelling. I swear I do. I swear. Like, come on. Be so for real. I think trans men and women are not men and women. Why? Because the dictionary says that they're not. Ooh. If anybody comes up to you and they go, because the dictionary says they're not smart enough to have this conversation with you. They don't understand how the dictionary works. So they're not smart enough to have that conversation at that point. Well, gender-affirming care for youth is bad. Why? I just feel like it is. Why? Because it affects the brain. Do you have studies that show that? No. So why do you think it's bad? Because I just think it's bad. Why? It's the same conversation over and over and over and over and over again because these people are functional idiots. And then when they go, well, I don't think MAGA's uneducated. Did you know that Trump released Juan Orlando Hernandez from prison for trafficking 400 tons of cocaine to the U.S.? No. Guess you must be uneducated then. Thank you for proving my point. They also always take the uneducated thing as a negative. Like, you can be educated. Fun fact, it's possible. I don't know if you guys know this. Uneducated isn't a negative description. It's just an is. It's just an is or statement. You either are educated or you are not. Someone goes, Jovan, do you know how to code? No, I'm uneducated. I don't know how to do that thing. It's not a bad thing. Don't be arguing with people in the comments, y'all. I'm being so for real. Don't argue with them in the comments. They want you to. This is something new. The MAGA slide part 2. Featuring the Platinum Band. And this time, we're gonna get funky. Twitch, we are so close to having hitting another one of our goals. You already won a mug today. If you keep going, you're gonna win a t-shirt giveaway as well. Remember, all of the money that we earned today in our live goal for Twitch, up to $500, I'm gonna match as a mutual aid to a family in need who's facing eviction. Literally in 4 days. They face eviction in 4 days. 4 days they face eviction. So if you want to help a family of with two small children, please consider hitting that goal. It's a single mother with 2 kids. Hit that goal today, and then I'll let you guys know what the mutual aid is going to be. I think we're going to do mutual aid what was yesterday? I did one Thursday. So maybe we'll do one every Monday, and every Thursday we'll do a mutual aid. I'll do a mutual aid post on Instagram and stuff. Don't worry. What I'm going to start doing is if they're chirping and not calling in, I'm just going to mute them. They can either call in or go watch another stream. Like, I'm sorry, but like, fuck, whose time you going to waste? Not mine. And I do think all the people in this chat just calling strangers names, you show the real face of your party. What party? Do you think I'm a Democrat? No, eat shit. Also, fucking big whoop. Someone called you a name? Oh my God. Aww. That must have been so hard for you. Wow. Oh my gosh. Just, is there like a compelling Hollywood tale to tell your story? Is it going? Are we gonna find out your story? God, you must be suffering. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. God, shut the fuck up. Thank you for the super chats, guys. Super chats will be ready at the end of stream. Dominic, thank you for the Cash App. Fuck ICE. Yo, true. Thursday, thank you for the Cash App. Fuck ICE. And here's to helping prevent people from becoming homeless. Thank you so much. And Whitney, thank you for the Venmo. Fuck ICE. Yo, y'all are real ones over on the Twitch channel. Helping out families in need. What are we at right now? Okay, $16 and you guys will win 2 giveaways over on Twitch. God damn. 2 giveaways. Woo! Holy shit. Woo! Woo! See, we got somebody calling in, being screened right now. We'll see. Now, remember, when you call me, you're going to get respect, right? I match energy. So if you come in respectfully, you're going to get respect. If you come in with some nonsense, you're going to get some nonsense. Because, you know, that's the kind of shit I do. I match the energy you give to me if the energy is stupid. So super chats go to the families too. I know YouTube may be a little, no, because by the time YouTube gives me that super chat money, this family would have been evicted. YouTube doesn't give you your super chat money until like 2 months after it's sent. So no, if you want to make sure this goes to the families, Cash App or Venmo, and I'll post receipts that I sent everything to to the Venmo of the family in need. Because, you know, I like to make sure you guys know that when you send me money, I send you money. With YouTube, it's like a paycheck. Yeah, you get paid once a month from YouTube. Jovan again not wearing his own merch. I gotta rebuy all my own merch. Ain't that just the way? Molly, thank you for the Cash App. Said for the family. Thank you so much, Molly. That means $11 will get Twitch 2 giveaways today. Holy shit. Twitch, can we hit 3? Listen, Twitch, can we get enough giveaways that I have to give away a backpack? Wouldn't that be some shit? Let's see if we can hit 2. We can hit this second giveaway goal. What is this, Jovan using his money like a communist? Honestly, right? Remember, if we hit $500 in the mutual aid fund, I'm gonna match that 500, so that will give this family 1,000, which is close to what they need. They actually need, I think it's 15, but like if we can get them 1,000, that'll be, you know, that'll be like a fucking blessing for this family. What the fuck? Why did Apple just charge me $95? Is that for the replacement AirPod I ordered yesterday? That might be for the replacement AirPod I ordered yesterday. I hope that's for the replacement AirPod I ordered yesterday. You know, sometimes Apple be sending you those charges and you just be ignoring them. And who knows if those are fucking accurate? Who knows if like, and now I'm sitting here like I paid $90 for one AirPod. I should have just bought new AirPods. One of my AirPods went through the wash and it does not work anymore. Oh shit, we just got a bunch of shit. Hold on, guys. Let me read all these. Hold on, chat. Dominic, did I do yours? Yes, I did Dominic, Thursday, and Whitney. So here we go. Anthony, thank you for the Venmo. Said we go it. I assume got it. We got it. No worries, dog. Thank you so much. Ashley, thank you for the Venmo. Said fuck ice. So true. Twitch chat is superior. Yo, hell yeah, Twitch chat is superior. Katie, thank you for the $50 Venmo. So thank you for everything you do in helping me know how to communicate with dumbass people. Yo, thank you for helping out a family in need, Katie. Thank you so much. Ashley, thank you for the Venmo. Said from Gold Line Ash from Mutual Aid. Thank you so much. Ashley, thank you for the Venmo. Said fuck ice and mutual aid request. Thank you so much. Holy shit, y'all are about to fucking bless this family up. Yoshi, thank you for the Cash App. Said Bradley's Baddies. Oh my god, so true. And Michaela, thank you for the Cash App. Said for the families. Thank you guys so much. You did just earn Twitch a t-shirt giveaway. If we can hit that $600 goal, plus now I'll match that 500. If we hit the $600 goal, I'll also throw in a sweatshirt. I'll throw in a sweatshirt as well for free. For free. Okay, let's bring up our first guest. So if you want to send anything, send it while I'm bringing up the next guest. And we will get this started. Let me take this blanket off. I was chilling with a blanket. Oh, really quickly. Oh shit, Colleen, thank you for the Venmo for the family in need. Colleen, bless up to you. God damn, I'm gonna have to give away a lot of fucking merch today. Let's bring up our first caller. First up onto the show, we got Daniel. Daniel wants to talk about MAGA being uneducated, doesn't think MAGA is uneducated. Let's see how Daniel substantiates that one. Daniel, if you can hear me, please provide me your age and pronouns.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. What's your age and pronouns, Daniel?
33, he, him, his. I think that's how that goes.
Yep. So, Daniel, you think not all MAGA are uneducated. Are you yourself MAGA, Daniel?
I lean towards the right, but I don't know what truly defines as MAGA, but he's not doing too bad.
He's not doing too bad. Well, let's find out. Did you vote for Donald Trump all 3 times?
Yep. Nope, not the first time, but the second and third.
Okay. What made you want to vote for Donald Trump? Which of his policies?
The border. Just the kind of how he was the monkey wrench in the global hegemony or whatever you want to call it. Kind of just threw all of their plans out the window. Mainly the border, the economy, focusing more on America than anywhere else. But then,
Okay, let's start with the border. Let's start with the border. Do you think he's doing a good job with border security?
Oh, pretty good. I haven't kept up on it. I'm not chronically online, but as far as I know, it's been pretty good. You're not going to stop everything from getting through. I can understand that.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you, when it comes to the border specifically, do you think that mass deportation is a good thing, or do you think we should have another solution for border security?
Mass deportations is a good thing.
Okay, mass deportation is a good thing. Okay. Who do you think? Who do you think did better at deportation? Do you think Trump's doing better currently, or do you think Biden did better at deportation?
As collecting the ones that are already in the country, I think he's doing pretty good, but I think during his first term, he did pretty good at keeping them at bay, too, because he kind of said, you're not really welcome here if you're coming in illegally.
Who did better? Who did better at getting them out?
We'll just say Trump.
Trump. Okay, let's analyze that.
Okay.
How many people...
If I'm wrong, that's fine. I'm not going to... If you point me out the facts, I have a wrench in my hand. I don't have a computer. So if you can pull up the facts, that's fine.
Biden deported more people than Trump did.
Technically not a wrench, but a man.
Biden deported more people than Trump did. This past year, 2025, Trump deported 600,000 people. Biden deported in his last year, 2024, 680,000 people. So Biden deported more people.
Okay.
Now,
by what you said, Trump was 600 and
Biden deported almost 100,000. Yeah, Biden deported almost 100,000 more. Now, I would
that's so good though.
I would look at the two of their policies though and see what did their deportations lead to, and Trump's deportations have led to like massive amounts of human rights violations. So if I'm looking at two people and I look at one person, Trump, who deports people to third party countries where they're thrown into prison camps, innocent people who've done no violent criminal act, I would never choose that
haven't
deportation.
Those ones been released? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break off.
No, you're fine.
Finish up your statement.
My only question to you, though, would be...
I don't like it when people did it, and I just did it to you. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good, Daniel. My only thing would be, though, like, if we're talking about them getting released, like, I don't think them getting released matters. Like, how like, if they've spent a month in a prison camp, that's still a month in a prison camp, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's bad, especially if the people did nothing to deserve to go to said prison camp.
Well, how do they, like, don't they have, like, an ID on them or something? Like,
yeah, sometimes they do, and the current administration just ignores that. They ignore court orders. I mean, look at Kilmar Abrego Garcia. He had a court order from a federal immigration judge not to be sent to El Salvador, and they sent him anyway to a prison camp in El Salvador. They didn't care that he had a court
Was that
order
the
from a
Maryland
federal
man?
judge. Yeah. They didn't
Was
give
that the Maryland man guy?
Yes. The administration didn't give two shits that he had a court order that said he had to stay. He wasn't allowed to be sent to El Salvador. They didn't care. They sent him anyway.
Was that while they were in midair? Like the plane was midair when they sent that?
No, he's had a court order since 2019. 2019 is when a judge granted him a withholding. Yeah, a judge granted him a withholding of removal in 2019 and said, hey, you can't send this man to El Salvador. And the administration sent him anyway and sent him to CCOT, which is one of the worst prison camps in the world, when he's committed no criminal offense in the country. He's been living and working in the country since 2019. He's met with the Department of Homeland Security every single year to re-up his working certification. And then because the administration sent him, right, now they had to do damage control. So they sent him there, and one of their lawyers said, oh, this was a mistake. It was a clerical error. We did something illegal. But Trump doubled down and said, well, we don't care. That lawyer lied. It wasn't a clerical error. We did mean to send him there. And it's because he's in a gang, even though they've been able to produce zero evidence to the courts that he is in a gang, involved in any drug trafficking, involved in any sex trafficking. They've been able to produce zero evidence for this. That's why a judge, a federal judge, like 2 weeks ago, dismissed the lawsuit against him and said, unless the Trump administration can provide evidence of any of these claims, they're going to start treating what happened to him as a vindictive case and going to give him the leeway to now sue the shit out of the government. So now we have to pay the tax dollars for the federal lawsuit that's going to come because Donald Trump doubled down on wrongly deporting somebody. That's not someone I think should be in charge of deportations.
Well, see, and the whole uneducated part of it is why haven't we been hearing more about it? Other than like you're the first one I've ever heard about talking about it. So whose fault is that one?
Well, it depends on where.
Is that just all MAGA, or is that also because you have obviously Fox News are going to report? But I would assume CNN, MSNBC, NBC, any of the private.
It depends on where you get your information from.
People.
You know, like Fox News talked about him a bunch. Fox News talked about Comar Garcia a bunch, but they parroted, made up talking points from the Trump administration that, oh, well, he's a gang member, he's this and he's that. Again, they have not been able to show to the courts that any of this is true. They just parroted these talking points over and over again. And maybe it's just me, right? But I think if a news organization is so willing to just parrot these made up lies, then maybe they're not our best source of information. When I wanted to get information on this guy, I went directly to the court records. So I pulled up the Supreme Court, had an entire case, him versus Kristi Noem. I read the Supreme Court decision. I read the court documents when he filed for his asylum case back in 2019. And I read the detective's notes who claimed that he was in a gang in the first place. Everything in this led me to the decision that they're lying about this man. Even the Supreme Court.
To the decision, not even the decision.
Even the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said we asked the Trump administration, we asked the federal government for evidence that he's committed a violence crime, and they gave us nothing. They had nothing. In fact, the only argument the federal government used in court with the Supreme Court when they said this is a wrongful deportation, the only argument the federal government said was, well, he's in El Salvador now, so we can't get him back because we don't have jurisdiction. It's out of our hands. Which it wasn't, because they eventually, after enough pressure, they eventually did bring him back. It was never outside of their hands or jurisdiction. That was a lie, because the vice president of El Salvador even said the only reason they're keeping people in CCOP from the U.S. is because Trump is paying them to do it. He said the administration pays us, then they send us people and we keep them here. They'll gladly send the people back if the administration asks. So consistently, this administration has just lied and lied and lied. So my thought process when looking at all of this together is, why would this be an administration I support when they could care less about the civil rights of like anybody?
Yeah, is he back yet? Did you say that he was back or no? He is back, right? Correct.
He's finally back.
So
he came back.
I know it sucks that he had to go to a hellhole, but thankfully he's back. And I'm not supporting what they did was right, but they're trying to figure it out too. But to me, they should have got more evidence before they went with anything. But also, there's plenty of other.
The only reason they're going after him for anything quote unquote gang related is to cover their own ass. They're not doing it because he has any charges against him. He's never been charged with any gang related crime. According to the United States legal system, he is an innocent man.
He hasn't. Okay.
So I don't think.
Then, he shouldn't be over there.
I agree.
Like you said, uneducated. He doesn't need to be over there.
But the question now becomes, now that you're getting educated on the stuff the Trump administration is doing, are you going to keep supporting it? That becomes the big line in the sand. Because me personally, I can't support concentration camps. I can't support someone sending people. I don't even think hardened criminals should be in concentration camps. Maybe pedophiles might be the only people that I throw in there.
Okay.
But
I'm about to say here, I'm about to draw the line in the sand here, buddy.
Criminals, I think, don't belong in concentration camps, because I think there's a difference between what a state-run institution, right? I think state-run institutions have to have zero bias across them. But when we're looking at Donald Trump's administration, what I see what he did with the Epstein files, which I think is an amount of what's the opposite of negligence? Because they did it on purpose. It's an amount of misinformation that they've thrown into the federal or the general public that just blows my mind. I see the way they've been mishandling deportations. I've seen the way that they've mishandled the economy. When I look at all of this together, I'm like, what level? Why would I ever support any of these people?
Well, now I know I know a lot of not a lot of people like Walmart or whatnot, but that's where I go to save my money. But I know when, like a year ago, for a 60 carton thing of eggs, it cost like $15-$18. Now it's back under the 10. Well, but you can attribute that to whoever you want.
Well, I attribute
my milk's gone down. My gas has gone down.
Hold on, really quick, Daniel. I didn't contribute the rise in egg prices to Trump. The rise in egg prices were because of the bird flu that was going on, that was like literally fucking with the egg supply.
If I'm not mistaken, it was between that and a fucking fire at a hatchery or something.
Yeah, so I don't attribute that to any president. Like, you can say, well, Biden's slightly at fault for destroying a bunch of eggs, but he destroyed eggs that were contaminated. We should have done that, right? I don't attribute gas prices currently to either president. Now, I did contribute gas prices to Trump in 2021 to 2024, but that's because he literally cut a deal with OPEC to shorten supplies. So obviously if a president doesn't do anything with OPEC, I'm not going to fault them for gas. I don't give Trump credit for it lowering.
Yeah.
I don't give Biden credit I don't blame Biden for it raising. I don't give Biden credit for it lowering. But in 2020, right before he left office, it was April of 2020, Donald Trump shot up a deal with OPEC, OPEC is the largest oil producing countries, right? He said, stop producing. Okay. Or I'm not going to give, I'm not going to give military protection to the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia or something. It's been a while since I looked at what the specifics of the deal was. But because of this.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Because of this, OPEC stopped their producing and we saw gas prices shoot up. That is there's quite literally, this is an actual causation here. And then the OPEC deal ended and prices have been steadily dropping back down because these countries have been producing again. So I don't know. If I'm looking at gas prices, I probably wouldn't vote for the guy that purposely rose them.
Yeah, I can understand that. But, it's like I try saying, well, this is cheaper, that's cheaper. It's like, well, he doesn't affect that. He doesn't. And then before that, it was oh, don't vote for him because he can't do anything for gas prices anyway. Well, then you just said the OPEC thing. Not you, but people I've talked to, like in my group. And I understand what you're saying.
Absolutely. Anybody that says presidents don't control gas prices, I hope that what they're saying is the presidents are currently doing nothing to do it. But if a president strikes a deal with countries that we purchase oil from to cut production, then yes, that president has effectively.
Were they also trying to sell it to our quote unquote enemies? So that's also maybe he did that.
I mean, you can also say some of it was the Russian sanctions, right? You can say that some of it was that. I have no problem with saying that the Russian sanctions also. And then the other issue with Rice is raising was the supply chain issues from COVID. So I won't give Trump 100% credit for rising them, but he still had an effect.
And then COVID had an effect too, because his first year, his first term, COVID just smacked everyone in the face and didn't care who it was, other than Amazon, Walmart, and all the big stores. It smacked everyone in the face.
Yeah, my only issue with this, though, right, with the COVID thing is we had a pandemic response team, like we had one. He got rid of them before COVID hit. We had a team whose dedicated job was to get the country prepared for a pandemic, and he said goodbye. We don't need you. And then 2 years later, what did we need? A pandemic response team. He was, in my opinion, he exacerbated COVID. He kept it from us for 2 months? He kept it from us. And he kept saying, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. Don't worry about it. And then all of a sudden it was, I'm closing the federal government starting effective March. What was it? March? I know, because the shutdown happened like 2 days after my birthday. Like I was celebrating my birthday and then I'm getting a call. Hey, you're not coming into work this week. I was like, oh, okay. So so he lied about it for months. Then it finally hits. He tells people, don't wear a mask. Don't do this. It's not that big a deal. Inject yourself with ivermectin, which is not shown to work. Like, if now we have
he
stuff.
Didn't say that.
He absolutely
Then you also have the people who believe that he said drink bleach. He never said drink bleach.
No, he said that we should be able to, like, desanitize it with some sort of
he's throwing ideas out. He's spitballing. He's not a scientist at that point. He's just throwing ideas like, maybe we could do this. Maybe we can do that.
I don't want the president to spitball. He's got too much influence. Any president. I don't want any president to spitball. Let the scientists tell us what to do.
And fair enough. No,
the CDC tells
it's also been proven that the people he surrounded himself the first time, who he thought he could trust, that a lot of them, didn't really care for him.
Well, like who?
So they would throw him under the bus, no problem, as long as, he's only going to be here for 4 years. So if we throw him under the bus secretly, we can get under the good coffers of whoever's actually in charge.
I'm going to disagree with that, Daniel. I don't think people threw him under the bus. I think people refused to break the law for him, and he got pissed about that. I mean, look at what happened with him and Mike Pence. The only reason Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go.
I was going to say the only reason Mike Pence is not his vice president anymore is because Mike Pence refused to break the law for him. And so he threw Mike Pence not under the bus, but in front of a rabid mob that wanted to string him up.
Yeah, that whole situation could have been done a lot better.
I mean, it could.
I think they were voting on whether or not to go forth with an investigation when they finally decided to go into the building.
Well, do you know what Donald Trump? Do you know what the reason? What do you know what Donald Trump wanted Mike Pence to do on January 6th? Like the reason it all happened.
That I can't quite remember. Once that, it's been a while, and I really don't.
No, it's
care
totally,
about it much anymore.
But here's the difference between me and you. Here's the difference between me and you. I think January 6th is one of the things we as Americans should care about more than almost anything else. There has never been in the history of our country another time in which a sitting president has tried to illegally sway an election. Donald Trump literally used fake electors. He took 7 states and created a fake batch of electors and said, Mike Pence, instead of certifying the legal electors from the actual election, certify these 7 batches of fake ones for me so that I win. That's the most illegal shit in the world. And had he not been elected, this is why he pushed so hard to be elected this time. Jack Smith's indictment would have went forward and he would be in court for it right now. But it's not, because he got elected so they could throw out Jack Smith's indictment.
Let me get to a quieter spot. Truck pulled into the yard.
You're fine.
Is that good? Can you hear them?
No, you're fine.
Okay, sorry. But yeah.
So, to my
I lost
opinion,
my train. I'm sorry. No, I lost my train of thought with the Jack Smith stuff and the truck pulling around.
I just don't know how anybody voted for him after he tried to illegally win an election. That just blows my mind.
Yeah, but didn't they also weren't they like plenty of states were changing voting rules that weren't part of their state's fucking legislator? Like it was against their rules, but they went ahead and did it anyway.
Nope, nothing illegal. Every state followed protocol. This is why Donald Trump.
Well, if it was so illegal, why did it take him almost his entire run? And then why didn't they also go through with it afterwards? Because if it's so illegal,
brought 60 court
fucking
cases.
Impeach him anyway.
He brought 60 because the Republicans don't want to impeach him. They have control of the Senate and House. They wanted him to put through the fake electors. They're still parroting the fake nonsense that the election was stolen. 60 court cases. He brought 60 cases to the court. All of them were thrown out.
Well, I know there was a bunch of people who were also doing private investigations, and a lot of people that were that did mail-in votes. A lot of them came from a certain location in Nevada, and it was an empty parking lot that had grass growing in it. So are we counting the tents where they lived or what?
Trump's own appointed judges threw out these court cases. His own judges looked at some of this evidence and said, you don't have any.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He had no, his own lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, said that they made up the election fraud shit. We have the phone call of him calling, what was it, Georgia's governor, and going like, I need you to find me votes that don't exist.
And
find
his lawyer
them for me.
The lawyers that got arrested, or what was that one female lawyer that he had that signed the plea deal?
I don't remember her name. I know who you're talking about. I don't remember her name. She's the one who tried his
case
on
it
the
just
EG
turns
care
out
reform.
like a couple months ago, they found out that she did nothing wrong. She didn't have to sign the plea deal, but now she's in his bad graces, so he'll probably talk crap about her. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the way he talks sometimes. He can have a little bit more decorum, but for the most part, not as corrupt as other people in government. But
not as corrupt.
That's not saying
what is
good
trying
thing either.
You don't think trying to overthrow the election is not like the most corrupt thing a president can do?
I don't think 2,000 people unarmed at the Capitol building, and now that's finding out there was 200 people, 200 federal agents or something in the crowd, and then you had also they were popping tear gas behind them. Well, I'm not going to walk into the tear gas. I'm going to go walk forward. Why would I walk backwards? Oh, wait, the only way forward is the Capitol? Well, I guess I have to walk in there.
Daniel, it's not just that they went in the building. We have hundreds of hours of footage from January 6th. I know, because I've sat through hundreds of hours of that footage.
East or west? Was it the east or west side that was violent? I can't remember which one.
Enough
where they were
that,
actually assaulting the cops.
Enough that, like, there's no way to look at this except for a violent riot. Right? Like, there was way too much violence.
It wasn't a violent riot.
You don't do.
Yeah,
I mean,
so you had some people that attack cops, but not. It's not like all 2,000 or 1,000 plus of them were attacking cops.
It's not just some. The majority of people there were engaging in violent actions.
No, they
I mean,
weren't.
I can pull up the videos. We have the footage. It's not even like we have to guess.
Pull up the videos. You just said thousands of hours of videos, like different angles of.
We have hundreds of hours of footage. Hundreds of hours of footage from January 6th. From hundreds of different angles, hundreds of different phones. I mean, we literally criminally indicted fucking over 1,200 people. because we
That
had
they were
evidence.
violent, or that they were just criminally trespassing?
No, these were people that committed actual violence, whether it be vandalism, assault, things like that.
What's the article from that? Or where did you get that?
You can just go to, what is it? The January 6th archive is what it's called. Is that what it's called?
All right,
that keeps everything. God, what was it?
See, this, we just talked, because I've seen who's the snow guy? What's his name? Jeremy? I know you've been on there before.
Snow guy? Oh, Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy. I scrolled past it because I just scrolling through shorts and everything on break, and I see y'all. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll listen to them for a little bit. Good to hear both sides.
Yeah.
And it's just, calling them stupid and evil isn't quite the best way to unite the country. It's the best way to divide the country, and then calling everyone a Nazi scumbag. You call Nazis enough, and then you say, oh, well, it's okay to punch Nazis. My great-great-grandfather punched Nazis. And then eventually you get stupid shit like happens in Minnesota, where the guy shot one time through the front, which I disagree with. That one is but the two on the side of the door, that was more hard to defend.
But Daniel, hold on, Daniel.
But what was that side?
Why aren't you holding weight? Trump has said way worse stuff, in my opinion. He's called people on the left vermin. He calls them sick people, enemies of the state. Like, this is way worse.
And Biden's done the same thing.
He didn't call MAGA vermin.
Not vermin per se, but basically calling them others.
Uh-huh.
Don't trust that person. That person's another. They're not one of us. They're another. I can't remember which movie or book that's from.
He said that MAGA Republicans were a threat to democracy, which, like, I agree, because they tried to overthrow an election.
So all of MAGA. Because the 2,000 that, not that all of them were violent, but
Daniel, I think if you watch,
was it 1,000 plus? We're gonna say 1,000 plus. 1,000 plus went in there, so for all is bad.
Daniel. I think if you watch your guy try to overthrow an election and then you still vote for him, then that overthrowing didn't matter to you. You were fine with it. Like, let me ask you a question.
No, I've actually never. Wondering, well, when it happened, I'm like, why? When it happened, I was like, all right, y'all just stay there. Just, you guys protest outside. And then you just slowly see other people. It's like, all right, well, why are they fucking walking through? It's like, what the fuck's going on right now?
I want to ask you a question.
Peacefully and patriotically, make your voices heard. And then other people, 200.
Daniel, I really want to ask you a question.
We are going to sway this crowd.
Let me ask you something I've wanted to ask. I don't think I've ever asked this to anybody who's MAGA, but this is actually a really important question. Let's say Mike Pence did certify fake electors, and Donald Trump was certified as the winner of the 2020 election. Knowing what you know now about the fake election plan, would you have been okay with that?
No.
Okay. So then why are you okay with still supporting him? Why are you okay with him that he tried?
What is it? Ifs and buts were candies and us. We'd all have a Merry Christmas.
But he tried. If somebody tries to like murder somebody, we still, put them in jail for attempt, right? We're not like, you didn't do it, so that's okay.
We put him in jail, and then we released him a couple weeks later, saying, "No, he didn't do nothing wrong." And then he goes and does something worse.
What? Attempted murder can land you in jail for years.
It's fucking weird ass connection. My brain made. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just don't know why I just don't know why we still support the guy that has tried to overturn the election. Has done illegal operations in other countries.
The end all of everything that everyone's listening to in the chat. of what's actually happened. But then I'm not hearing it from the other side, so it's like I don't know who to believe. They're not reporting it.
We talked about it.
They report on things that you don't report, so I don't know. That's where most people January are, but you're acting like everyone is a piece of shit.
My entire stance is that if you are a MAGA, if you're somebody who's MAGA and you support Donald Trump through and through, either you're uneducated and you haven't been given this information, and then if you're given the information and you still decide you want to support him, I think you're a bad person. I think if you can go, this guy is doing concentration camps, but I'm still going to support him. This guy tried to overthrow the election, but I'm going to still support him. This guy is doing illegal operations in other countries, but I'm going to support him. This guy struck a deal with OPEC to raise the price of our oil, but I'm still going to support him. This guy is doing broad tariffs that are raising the price of consumer electronics, but I'm still going to support him. This guy is calling
How many electronics are you buying on a daily basis? So that's the real thing.
Well,
like, how much crap do you really need?
Well, this would affect like almost
That's
anything because the price
general,
of
it's like, do you need the new iPhone that comes out every year? But capitalism's bad, but we need to consume to where actual tariffs affect us because I need to buy.
Daniel, this would go for anything because the price of chips is rising, and we use chips in like everything.
My pen, paper, no, that don't use a chip. My phone, yes, but I haven't had to buy a new phone in 2 years because I don't need everything brand spanking new.
What?
Still, like, I'm getting a new roof. Our roof quote went down by like $10,000 because they got a new supplier.
Okay.
If the tariffs,
Daniel, consumer
now we're
goods.
Veering off from. Now we're veering off to the side where we're going.
Consumer goods are still on the rise. Consumer goods are still on the rise.
Do what?
Consumer goods are going up. Grocery prices are going up. Home electricity cost is up 22%.
I guess in your area, not in my area.
No, nationally.
We're still
I know.
The number, I guess.
Federally, the number for the average home electricity costs in the entirety of the U.S. has gone up 22%. That's directly because Donald Trump has approved an increase in data centers for AI companies. And those AI companies are driving up electricity costs because they're sucking up the electricity. Like, it's been directly linked that they're the cause.
There should be a bill that hits them harder. They should have to pay more.
They don't. And He's making it so that it's easier for them.
I'm not agreeing with him on that. But he is. If we don't do it, the enemies are going to do it. And I like that. It just seems weird to me that we're voting in the dude that made an AI we're supporting the dude that made an AI video of him dropping diarrhea on American citizens. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's 2026. What are we doing? 2026 and the memes are going hard, dog.
I don't think the president should be memeing.
I chuckled a little bit on that one. It's like,
It's
funny.
What's funny about him dropping diarrhea on people?
What was the context?
He dropping diarrhea on people that were protesting him.
For?
Doesn't matter for what. If the president is saying, hey, if you protest me, you're shitty. Like, that's kind of weird given we have the First Amendment.
Yeah, he spoke his too.
The president doesn't have a First Amendment right. There's literal things the president can't say and do. If you're a government employee, you no longer have a First Amendment right.
Meme.
I don't think he should be impeached for the poop meme, but even if we were to say he's done an impeachable offense, which I do think he has this term, I think he's already committed plenty of impeachable offenses, it wouldn't matter because you would need the House and the Senate to do it, and the House and the Senate belong to him right now. They're filled with his loyalists.
Not all of them, but
I mean, we saw what happened the minute one person broke off from him, Marjorie Taylor Greene. He went on a war path to get her to resign. The minute one person disagreed with him. because he happened to be covering up for pedophiles in the Epstein files.
I know, and that 4-year gap was the perfect time to really get all that information that they had on Trump out, but they never did, and I don't know why either.
I don't care who is in the Epstein files, Trump or not. The fact that he has had the FBI spend over 400 overtime hours, I think it was what it was, redacting the files is crazy. Why are they redacting the files? There's no reason.
I don't know. Yeah, there's no reason. They should just release it.
It's because Trump is protecting somebody.
Alliances or whatnot, just let it go.
It's because Trump is protecting somebody, whether it be himself or some other ring of pedophiles. He's clearly protecting someone when he directs the FBI to redact information.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're on the same page here, buddy.
But the difference is you still support Donald Trump. I don't.
And you still supported Biden.
Midterms are coming up. Biden didn't redact the Epstein files. What do I care? Midterms are coming up.
He didn't release them either. He had 4 years to release them. Why didn't they release them either?
It was up to, what's his name? What's his name wouldn't. The guy who was in charge of the FBI during Biden's time wouldn't release them. He literally said, I'm not going to release these because I think it's going to be politically divisive. So he didn't do it. And
Trump has the same is probably doing it for the same reason.
Okay, but then don't run for office on I'm going to release the Epstein files day one. Because he
actually said that verbatim, though.
Trump said multiple times, when I get in office, we're releasing the Epstein files.
He was more on the border and the economy.
No, he said constantly that he was going to release the Epstein files. Over and over again, he said that. But either way, Daniel, we've been going for about 36 minutes. Let me just ask you a question. Midterms are coming up in just under 300 days. Are you going to vote for Republicans in the midterm?
Depend. I am registered as Republican, so, but I need to do my research before they come out.
I hope so, Daniel. Thank you for calling in. You have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Hey, you have a blessed day too, sir.
I don't know, man. I just think it's how are we still holding water for DJT in 2026 is beyond me. I got some thank yous to do and some housekeeping, so let's run this through. Kyrie, thank you for the $30 Cash App for the mutual aid fund today. Said a little extra to help out that family. Thank you so much. You are a real one. Matthew, thank you for the Venmo. Said doing the right thing. Thank you, Matthew. I try. But thank you so much for the Venmo. Rex, thank you for the Venmo for the family. Thank you so much. Keep it real. Thank you, Jovan. Lost my job, but we all need as much help as we can. Rex, just to make sure you're not sending more than you can, Rex. Okay? I think I did that math, right? Wait. Yeah. D, thank you so much for the Venmo. Said for the family. Thank you, D. And Josh, thank you so much for the Venmo for the family. Gosh, we'll put another. So that means we will have raised. Let me do some math here. That means we're like $300 from getting this family the money they need not to be evicted. Because remember, I'm gonna chip in as well. So we're like $300 away from keeping this family from getting evicted. Y'all are fucking real ones here in the stream. I'm gonna pee, and then when I get back, we're gonna take more callers. So stay on the line. We got 4 people in the queue right now. Stay in the queue, guys. I'm gonna get to you once we get there. Be right back. Let me just go pitter patter, tinkle tinkle, and then we'll continue with the stream. Okay, we're back. Joyful, thank you for the Venmo for the mutual aid today. Remember, we'll have another mutual aid in a few days. So I'm going to do this every couple of days. We're going to be raising for mutual aid. And I'll always send you guys receipts in the Discord so you guys know. Pillow and Winnie are going to be running the mutual aid form. So what they're going to do is essentially they're going to every couple of days give me the new mutual aid like person or cause, and I'll be posting about it on Instagram, and then we'll be collecting money as we stream for mutual aid donations and whatnot. If you filled the form out recently, or if you filled the form out in the past, go do it again. I'm sorry that I just got away from me back into Dizay, but fill it out again. If you still need mutual aid help, it's in the link tree in my bio. So just so you guys know. Okay. Let's go to the next person. Oh wait, I gotta name that last file. Gotta remember to name these debates like after I have the debates. There we go. Trish, thank you for the Cash App. Sia G, thank you for the Cash App. Thank you guys. Oops. The line does do some charity stuff. They do stuff for RFR. I try to do direct mutual aid to like stuff like that, but I haven't raised money for like a charity in a while. Maybe we'll do like a charity stream sometime this year. Could be fun. Okay. Next up is gotta record. Next up is Frank. Frank thinks that the Shroud of Turin is evidence for Christianity. So let's find out how Frank is going to contend with that. Frank, if you can hear me, please provide me with your age and pronouns.
I am 59, and I'm a dude.
Okay, so what pronouns do you use, dude?
Which I'm not really. I'm not trying to be funny, but whichever one
what would you like the audience to refer to you as?
Man, guy, male.
Okay, so
what do you mean? I don't know. He, him.
Okay.
Is that what you're looking for?
There we go.
No, okay.
All right. Now you said the Shroud of Turin is compelling evidence for Christ, but how do you reconcile with the fact that the Shroud of Turin has been proven to be fake, like over and over again?
Okay, good. So, you are familiar with the Shroud of Turin, then?
Yes.
So, I would like to encourage you to check out Dr. Jeremiah Johnson's work with the Shroud of Turin, and then reconsider everything you've heard about the Shroud of Turin, because he talks about everything. He talks about the carbon-14 dating. He talks about you name it. He talks about it. They discuss it in great detail. But yeah, Dr. Jeremiah Johnson.
Okay, how do you disprove the dating of the Shroud?
The part that was dated was a patch on the Shroud that was repaired, I think, after a fire.
Okay, so the dating, you think is only one small piece of the shroud is dated that way. But if they had dated the rest of the shroud, then that would have come up as being during the Jesus times.
Yeah, like I said, you got to. I'm really horrible with like a lot of details. You just gotta watch that. Like he did a thing, I don't know, called a show or documentary or episode with Michael Knowles on YouTube. Oh, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube now. I just like to encourage you to watch that, and then I think it'll. I'm hoping that it'll change your opinion on it, but more than that, I'm kind of hoping that the people listening right now will do some research on Dr. Jeremiah Johnson and the Shroud of Turin, and then
Frank,
come to a different opinion. But Jovan, I'm not trying to bug out of here. I've been on hold now. I've been on the line now for 26 minutes, and I got to get back. Bro. But do me a favor. If you're so compelled, hopefully you are, check out the work and look into Dr. Jeremiah Johnson and just do some look at it, and he might, maybe, hopefully, change your opinion on the shroud.
All right, Frank. Sure thing. It's the biggest amount of cope to be like, yeah, you carbon dated that one spot, but that one spot was from a reconstruction in a fire. Carbon date any other spot. And then they'll carbon date another spot. But well, no, that part was clearly from another fire. Carbon date a different spot. Oh no, well, that new spot was like, what? Michael, thank you for the Cash App. Joshua, thank you for the Cash App. Said, when's your next office hours? If today's stream is not too long, we could do it at the end of calls today. I don't mind doing it office hours. I do think office hours is more fun when I have like guests with me, but I mean, I can do one if maybe. Amanda, thank you for the Venmo. Okay. So we've won 4 giveaways. I'll do 2 mugs, a t-shirt, and a sweatshirt. I think that should be fine. As long as I don't hit my cap. I'm pretty sure Fourth Wall caps you if you give away too much, but as long as I don't hit my cap, we're golden. So we'll do 2 mugs, a t-shirt, and a sweatshirt for gift. So you guys got a lot of chance to win merch over on Twitch. A lot of chance to win some merch. Rhonda said, "Fuck ICE and love to the family." Thank you so much, Rhonda, for the Cash App. Foot pick giveaway is crazy. Sego. All right, well, clearly, we only have one more caller in the queue. 219-327-8005, guys. If you want to debate, the lines are open. Any topic. You might have to wait, obviously, because I got people calling in. But the lines are open. Topics are open. Let's bring up the next person. Next up, we have Still. Still is going to say there is compelling evidence for Christianity. So let's see how Still supports that. Still, if you can hear me, please provide me your age and pronouns.
I'm 21, and my pronouns are he, him.
Okay. Still 21, he, him. Now, Still, you think there is compelling evidence for Christianity. Is that correct?
I'd first like to ask what you consider compelling evidence. I'm not going to disclaim you if your compelling evidence is an incorrect definition to my standard.
I think compelling evidence would need to be evidence that's either replicatable or independently verified through some sort of means other than Christianity's own internal claims.
Okay. I would say that I probably have not to that standard, but you could decide based off of what I think. So I would say that we do have accounts of Jesus outside of the Bible that could be considered reliable, such as Roman documents. We have Jewish documents, even other enemy documents. And these are dated
Still, really quickly, just before you do that.
Yes.
That wouldn't prove Christianity is real. That would just prove Jesus was real.
Yes, obviously. But with the claim of Jesus, we have the understanding that Jesus dies on the Roman cross. Like, you would agree with that, wouldn't you?
I think it is probable that Jesus existed and died on the cross. Yes.
Yeah, perfect. I just need to understand if you agree with that. And then you definitely agree that Jesus' followers probably really believed what they saw. Or
yes,
they believe they saw Jesus again.
I think it is probable that a bunch of people who were grieving might have seen something that to them was Jesus resurrecting.
Yeah, that's all I need to see if you agree with, and that's fine. But in between that, you have to answer, like, well, what happened with Jesus' body? I
think Jesus' body most likely was not put in a tomb. I think it's highly improbable that his body was placed in a tomb.
So the Jewish documents that state that Jesus' body was missing from a tomb.
Which Jewish document would this be?
This would be Josephus.
Josephus doesn't claim Jesus' body was missing from a tomb.
I might have the name mixed up. I'm going to be honest. But it is definitely a Jewish document that I've read through the source of Gary Habermas. I'm sure you've heard that name. I don't know the names of the document, and I could be sourced wrong. But the text definitely does state that Jesus' body was in a tomb, and the disciples stole the body. That's what the Jewish document states.
I would need to know what document you're talking about, but whether this document exists or not, like just to clear something up, Josephus only said two things about Jesus. He only wrote about Jesus twice. The totality of what he said is, at this time there was a wise man named Jesus. Pilate condemned him to the cross, and those who loved him did not cease. And he mentions James, who was the brother of Jesus, who was called Christ. So both of these are not him claiming any divinity. He's saying he was called Christ. He's not claiming he was Christ. But even the writing of Josephus is from, God, I don't remember the date. It's from well after Jesus died. If we're going to take and look at the probability of Jesus being in a tomb, I would need to see more contemporary evidence for that to be compelling, because anything written 100 years after he's dead probably doesn't know for sure. And what we know of what the Romans did, Jesus was a political prisoner of the Romans. He was considered an enemy of the state because of the claim of his not his divinehood. They didn't really care that he was saying he was divine. They more cared that he was saying he was a king of the Jews, or that it was being said he was king of the Jews. That was more what the Romans were mad about, because you shall have no king in Rome but the Roman emperor. They were pretty mad about that. And what we know that the Romans did through Roman records of the time is that for political prisoners, they would be crucified. Their bodies would be left on the cross for days until the body was essentially unrecognizable, and then they would be thrown into mass graves. So for me to believe Sorry, go ahead.
Isn't it also true, though, that there were quite a few claims on messianic people? Like, Jesus was not the only one of that time. I mean, obviously he had a large following.
That he wasn't the only Messiah?
Well, like, there were more than one person that claimed that. Like, that Jesus was not the first to claim that.
I mean, I'm sure plenty of people at the time claimed to be Messiah. But again, they didn't really care. Like, again, this is, if we're believing Jesus existed, this would be the reason why he was killed by Rome. Is simply because of his the assertion that he was king.
Did he ever assert that he was king?
He didn't. Others did. But he never denied it. That's the whole thing. Is he never made a denial of being king. Right? Because there's the whole story of Pilate. Was it Pilate?
Yeah.
Of Pilate being like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think you're referring to the story when Jesus comes back into Jerusalem and they're laying down the palm branches, if that is a true story, at least, But is that kind of like the story you're referring to with him?
No, I'm talking about when Pilate is directly asking Jesus if you're the king, and Jesus is like, "You say I'm king. You say I'm king," and that's all he says, and that's enough. But either way, still, what we know about crucifixion at the time, because it was a widely used thing, is they were left to rot, and then the bodies were thrown in marked graves. So now I have to believe something. When it comes to the story of Christ, this is one of the reasons why I don't believe in the story of the resurrection, is now I have to believe that Romans gave special permission for Jesus's followers to not only take him off the cross, but put him in a tomb and then put 2 guards at that tomb so nobody takes the body, which just doesn't seem likely in what we know about what Romans did, right? So I can believe he was a crucified man, but it's asking me to believe that extra puts me at like, seems unlikely.
So here's my question to you. How do you answer the second part then? Because you effectively answered the first part, but the second part is now you have the disciples that truly believe, and like obviously they're thrown in prison, like in the epistles, like in Acts early on, like they go to prison multiple times, and then they're busted out. They're in the streets. They're very radicalized on what they believe, and the Romans definitely did not like that. Like that was definitely a time when the Romans now are persecuting the disciples. So why is it that like they didn't just publicly release and say, "Hey, we have the body; it's right here," or something like that?
Because political prisoners were used as what's the word I'm looking for? They, first of all, if it was the case that they believe in the resurrection, that we believe the resurrection happened, they wouldn't have had his body anymore. It was in a mass unmarked grave. Who knows which body was his, right? That's the whole point, is they wanted these people on the cross to be unrecognizable. Second, I don't know what to believe when it comes to these resurrection stories, right? In my opinion, they probably never, I don't have any definitive evidence that any of his disciples actually saw him, and that they're not just saying this years later to push forward the Christ narrative, or whether they saw him. I mean, grief can do a lot of things. People see people who die when they're grieving. You like, it happens all the time, especially in a time back then where, let's be honest, most of the men all kind of looked the same. They all wore sort of the same hairstyle. They all had beards. They all wore similar clothing. So it wouldn't surprise me if his followers saw him around, but just his followers' strong conviction in him doesn't prove anything. Because like Muhammad's followers died for him, doesn't prove that he was divine either.
Yeah. You're correct with that, but like I think you're not fully accepting like every single detail that we do have. Which that's if the details are at least correct, But we have enemy accounts of that convert to Christianity, such as Paul, Then we have people that doubted, such as Jesus' brother, if this is true, And then we have Jesus' mother, which doubted as well, that he was even God. And it's just like these people like doubted, like in Acts, I think it's 1, they kind of state along the lines, there are people that came and believed, and there are some that doubted right off the start, And that's like, it makes it questionable, like, well, what did some people like really believed it, and it makes you think, well, did they really see Jesus? And then the ones that doubted that still convert later on, why would they convert? Is my question to you? Like,
I think I think religion and Christianity offered up a lot of things to people at the time, right? Especially people who were under the thumb of the economic rule of Rome. Right? What Christianity preached is that rich people should give their riches up, that they shouldn't take those, they can't take those riches to heaven, that the poor and the destitute were as important as the rich, that everybody deserved sort of the same thing. I think that offered up a lot of stuff. If I was a poor peasant back then and I needed something to believe in, that would probably be the thing that I go with, right? Like, oh, here is somebody somebody whose belief is telling me that I'm as worthy as the rich person whose literal shit I'm swimming in, right? That makes total sense why it would garner belief systems. But I don't think this goes to prove any validity in the claim of divinity, right? Because in order for Christianity to be true, you have Jesus has to exist, totally plausible. Then you have Jesus has to be the Messiah, which I think is implausible. Even when we just look at the text, I think it's very implausible for Jesus to be the Messiah because he doesn't fulfill messianic prophecies.
Well, that's if there actually was messianic prophecies to begin with.
Well, yes, we would have to operate under the fact that the prophecies of the Old Testament are true. So if the prophecies of the Old Testament are true, Jesus doesn't fulfill them. So then I would say Jesus isn't the Messiah, and then therefore...
But I have definitely... I don't think most Old Testament is just mythological. When you like, it's chiasms in oral tradition until you get to the Masoretic text. But I'm not really going to make a claim on that.
Sure, but then I would just say, like, we have no reason then to believe Jesus was Messiah. So then, therefore, I have no reason to believe in his divinity. I don't believe any evidence can be shown that he committed true miracles. I don't think any evidence can be shown that he was Son of God. So therefore, when it comes to me...
Is a cultural context in which people developed, like, over time. Like, obviously, people developed their own cultish beliefs. Like, even in Christianity still, there's, like, beliefs that are just, like, inherently false just in general. Like, whether or not it was true, because it just does not stand up to the character of God. Like, such as, like, being, like, a person would be condemned to hell if they don't understand God actually being, like they've never heard of God, or just in general, they did not, like, I don't believe in those stances at all.
Yeah, what I would say is it just seems more like your like, now what we're doing is we're saying, well, you're separating the belief in Christ from the belief in God. And we can have the conversation on the belief in God, whether God exists. I think the answer is still no. I enjoy the debate about Christianity a little bit more. I think it's a little more fun for me. But if we're looking at the debate of Christianity and we're saying, hey, that we have a religion here that is making a claim about a singular person, and in order for this religion to be true, this claim about this person must be true. I would say there is no evidence of that truth claim. I'd say the same thing when we get to any other religion that claims to have a divine being in it. I just don't think there's any evidence of the divine in the year of our Lord 2026. I guess the year in your Lord.
I mean, I can understand, like, your grounding. I just have difficulty believing this because, like, I believe in the supernatural based off personal experience, which most people discount that, which is fair. And then secondly, if supernatural does exist, it very much makes, to me, the resurrection very plausible. It kind of changes some of the facts around and makes the idea that Christ actually rose from the dead a little bit different.
Even if the supernatural, I don't think we have evidence of the supernatural, but even if the supernatural did exist, do we have any evidence that a person has ever come back from the dead after 3 days? That's never happened.
No, like we have Lazarus stuff of, like, dead-ish, but you're correct. We have not viewed a person coming back from the dead, but we also have Jesus' accounts of miracles, which he also does miraculous things that break the laws of physics as well. Water to wine, walking on water.
Sure, but we have to remember that any claim made in the Bible is just that. It's a claim. So I always like to point at the Bible as
a personal testimony.
Yeah. So I point to the Bible as a claim, not as evidence. So if I want to see evidence that Jesus healed somebody, I would need third-party accounts written outside of the religious text of him healing somebody at the time he healed them. Right? Like, just having...
I see. So you're saying extraordinary evidence requires extraordinary... Or extraordinary claims requires extraordinary evidence.
Yep. That's why, like I said, plausible Jesus existed. I do think there is some contention on it, but, like, plausible he existed, absolutely. Because that does not require the amount of evidence that it would need to believe in the mysticism.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like, personally, like... as much as I still think I'm still on the fence. Like, I'm pretty agnostic on whether he existed, but, like, Paul going, hey, I met Jesus's brother, like his actual brother, like born from his mom. I'm like, okay, that's, like, plausible evidence that he existed, right? You met a person that's like, yeah, this guy was my brother. Plausible. That's plausible enough evidence for me that Jesus is real.
Well, this was a good conversation. definitely have to disagree because I just have less compelling evidence that it requires for me to believe. But I definitely agree on the claim that you require compelling evidence, and I do not have compelling evidence. But thank you for the conversation.
All right. Well, still, you have a good rest of your day.
You too, man.
That was a pretty good call. Ooh. Okay. Robert, thank you for the Venmo. Fuck ice. True. Oh, I'm so sorry. Rue. My apologies. I read the name before reading the message. Rue, thank you for the Venmo. Call me a piece of shit for not reading the full message first, Rue. Like truthfully, Rue, if you ever meet me in public, you can give me a slap in the face. I will give that to you as a I'll give that to you as an apology. Michael, thank you for the Venmo as well. Relax, they're gonna cancel me now. God, I don't know what I would give you guys also if we hit the $1,000 goal. What the fuck? How much? I don't even know how much money it's gonna cost me to give out all these goddamn giveaways. Don't play because I'm one state up is crazy. Okay, I take it back. Never mind, I take it back. We got a couple of calls in the queue. Please stay in the queue. We will get to you. There's like 2 people in the calling queue, but if you want to debate me, 219-327-8005. Trump is a terrible president, guys. You have no compelling evidence for Christianity. Trans men and women are men and women. Gender affirming care for youth. And if you're MAGA, you're uneducated or probably a bad person. Yeah, I always think about that. That like, oh, the chat wouldn't have known, but the person would know, right? And so I just like to apologize to the person, you know? The person would know. And again, if we hit the 3-hour mark and we're all done with debate calls, I'll do an hour of what the fuck is the word? Office hours. God damn. I couldn't think of the word. Also, remember, 8 o'clock, we have a community night in the Discord. So if you are a subscriber or a member on YouTube or a subscriber on Twitch, you can join the community night. I think we're doing game night tonight, hosted by Pillow, or we might be doing... No, let's do game night. We're going to do game night. So we're going to do game night. I'm pretty sure we're doing Jackbox. Pillow's running game night tonight because I don't think I'll be here. But we are doing game night over in the Discord. Yeah, Friday nights. We're going to do Friday community nights. So this is going to be our first... Well, I guess we did watch Wicked the other day. That was a Friday, wasn't it? So I guess that is two in a row. So come join community night. Jackbox Pillow is going to run it as a mod Pillow. I'll probably be there to play. I do be liking Jackbox. You know what I'm saying, G? Let's bring in the next caller. The next caller, coming up, we got Thomas. Thomas is calling about gender affirming care for youth and thinks that nobody under a certain age should receive that. Thomas, if you can hear me, please provide me with your age and pronouns.
Hi, man. I'm 29, and you can just call me whatever you'd like.
Okay, what would you prefer? No, you're fine. What would you prefer the audience refer to you as?
Literally whatever they like. I don't mind. Or whatever they would refer to somebody that they didn't want to misidentify.
What? You lost me there.
No problem. Either whatever they would like or whatever they would refer to somebody as that they did not want to misidentify.
Okay, so we'll just say you're cool with any pronouns.
Anything is cool, yeah.
Okay, Thomas, you think gender affirming care for youth should be limited to a specific age. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a little more complicated, but sure. Yeah, we'll say that.
Okay. Can you tell me what gender affirming care is?
I think it's a range, anything from hormone replacement therapy to counseling on the topic to surgery, and everything in between.
Okay. Cool.
I just want to say it's nice meeting you. I listen to you quite a bit. You're well spoken. It's cool. I like what you do.
Word. Thank you. How do you, okay. So you specifically told the call-in screener that like nobody under the age of 13 should get any form of gender affirming care. Is that what you believe?
Well, I told him it's a little more complicated, but so we didn't sit there all day, right? So like if they want to talk to people, if they're under the age of 13, I think that's like acceptable, right? Stuff like that. But when we start getting into, I would not say anyone under the age of 13 has anything to do with hormone replacement therapy or surgery. So if you want to talk about that, we definitely can. Okay.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even worry about the surgery. Surgeries are reserved for 18 and up, with some cases 17. What would be the issue? What would be the issue then? Let me just ask you. Let's say we give some child who's 12 pubertal suppressants. Are you for or against this?
I'm against it.
Okay, why?
If prolonged use of pubertal. Am I saying that right? It sounds weird. Pubertal suppressants are. People like to think that they have no negative side effects, but they do affect things with prolonged use. Even if you get off of them, like height, bone, if a male is on them, bone density, higher risk of bone cancer, balding, among other things. Fertility rates. So stuff like that. When it comes to a child, I don't think that that's okay. I think nature needs to run its course, and as they get older, make that decision.
When you say prolonged use on pubertal suppressants, how long is that prolonged usage?
Years, definitely years.
How many?
Let's say they start it when they're 13 and they use it throughout all of high school.
Why would they do that?
Because they don't want to go through puberty.
That's not how pubertal suppressants.
Like if they're a male that doesn't want to.
Wait. Let me reset a little bit. Do you know what the standards of care are for gender affirming care currently in the U.S.?
I could not recite them to you verbatim. No.
Okay. So the way that gender affirming care works in the U.S. typically, what happens is if you're under the age of 18, you have to get diagnosed with gender dysphoria, which means you see a therapist or a counselor for about 6 years, give or take, or 6 months, give or take, where they look for consistent, insistent, and persistent doubling down on your gender identity. If they do diagnose you with gender dysphoria, typically what will happen is you'll go on pubertal suppressants for 12 to 24 months. That's to give you time to see if this is right for you and give your family time to see if this is the right treatment and the doctors and all that. Then after that, you may begin HRT after that 12 to 24 period time. So given the timeline, it doesn't seem like they would be on pubertal suppressants for the amount of time that you said would equate to this mass amount of harm that would be done.
But the continuation of HRT afterwards would continue that process if they decided to go that route.
Okay, so now we're not saying that it's the pubertal suppressants that have the issues. It's the HRT that
I'm
does.
I'm saying that both of them do contribute to it, yes. And if you were to stay on either or use them in conjunction, then it would have the same results, most of the time.
Do you have any pieces of academic research to back up your claim?
There is stuff on PubMed and on the NIH. I can't give you the exact.
I've read the research on PubMed. I've read the research on the NIH. What it consistently says is that one, a lot of these things can be mitigated if you are being monitored by a doctor. So, for instance, like bone density issues are mitigated by like a sufficient vitamin regimen. Fertility doesn't really have a mitigation, but it's monitored to make sure that if you hit that point, it's brought about with the person, and so on and so forth. What it seems to be
Of
is
course.
that when it comes to this treatment, it becomes a benefit risk analysis between the parents, the doctors, and the child on whether or not this treatment is right for them. And if the parents, child, and doctor all agree that the benefits outweigh the risk, what would be the necessity to bar people from accessing the treatment?
I would just say because it is a child and we don't allow children to, like, we don't believe in child labor, right? And I know it's kind of like a stretch a little bit, but we don't allow the child to make the decision for themselves that they should be able to go to work because we as adults know it's not good for them. So I don't think we should be allowing children of that
So
age
we don't
to
actually
face it.
actually disallow all child labor. We disallow
As long
some,
as
but
they're
like
not being paid and they work with their families. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
yeah. So like it's not like child labor is like a big X through it. There are caveats that you must like
Sure.
that you have to meet. So like why wouldn't you? Should we ban all family restaurants from having their kids work in the family restaurant?
Well, it's not really the child's decision to work. Usually the family's like, you're working, right? Sure, the child's like, yeah, the children like agree. I want to be with mom. I want to be with dad.
Sure,
Cool.
but I'm asking, should
But
we
they're not
ban
like-
it because you're equating child labor to the decision making for
I'm sorry, man.
gender affirming care? So should we ban children from engaging in child labor?
Like, yes and no. Like, I wouldn't say we should ban all child affirming care either. I just think sometimes we should. It depends, what's going on at the restaurant, right? If we're going to use that example, like, is the kid working long hours and whatnot? Like, they're not even allowed to be paid, so they're kind of just like slaves anyway. It's kind of messed up. So, I mean, in some cases, I'd say, yeah, but no, because nothing's a monolith, right? If you just, like, ban it completely, then you're just really doing more harm than good in a lot of cases.
Okay, so
Same
just
with gender
so
affirming
I'm
care. If you ban it, it's like,
just so
yeah.
I'm confirming here, you don't think parents should be able to make medical decisions for their child if that medical decision leads to a lifelong whatever it might be?
I never said that. Parents can make the decision. I don't think the child's
Okay, but parents
decision should
are
really play. Yeah,
making the
yeah.
decision.
Parents
because of-
are allowed. Again, you have to be careful, right? Because we both know some people will do what they want rather than what the child wants. That's not like the majority or anything, but we need to make sure that that's being taken care of too. Parents should make medical decisions. Just as if the parent was like, yeah, I want my child to have gender affirming care, a parent should also be able to say, I don't want my child to have gender affirming care. Right? Because they both think that they're helping the child.
Wait, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm confused. Can you show me an instance where parents say no and their children still get this care?
No, I didn't say that. I just said, like, I think parents should be able to decide. I don't think the child's decision should really come into play so much. If it's a child. If you want to talk about teenagers in high school about to be young adults,
Wait. I'm confused. So you said the child's decision shouldn't matter. So if a child says, no, I'm not trans, a parent can go, well, I think you are, and override that decision to provide them the care.
Okay, a fair point. I'm sorry. A fair point. I see what you're saying. So their decision matters. I just don't think the child. Where is the child getting the information to have the gender affirming care, right? Like, where are they finding this? Where do they think I am this? And like, I think that's what really, really matters when it comes to that decision.
Why would that be an issue?
Go ahead.
Why does that matter?
Because we're all like computers. We download information. Everybody has their own biases based on nurture and propaganda and everything around them. So if a child is seeing something and seeing a community that they really like, they might want to be a part of this community and feel like they fit in if they act a certain way. And later on down the line, they could think it was a big mistake. And if they make decisions that are end up being permanent for them,
if they think it's a big mistake, if we're worried about this because later down the line, people are going to think they made a mistake, why is the regret rate so low?
Well, that's like survivorship bias.
This would
right?
not be survivorship
it's like
bias.
We don't know because the ones that are gone, we can't talk to them.
Okay, hold on. You think there's a
The ones
massive
that don't regret it
number?
are alive.
You think there's a
for the most
massive
part.
number of detransitioners that are committing suicide as opposed to detransitioning?
No, I think that it's hard to say that all of these people who transitioned don't regret and like, oh, this is just such a high number when there's still, I guess there would, I shouldn't say there's a large number. I don't have the data points in my head, but there is a section of them that commit suicide post-transition that aren't accounted into that, aren't a part of that data. That's what I'm saying.
What evidence do you have?
I kind of feel like we're all over the place here a little bit, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, yeah, but right now you're offering me up that you feel that this is the way, but what's the evidence you have on this?
Just what I said, that the people who aren't here anymore, unfortunately, aren't they're not part of that data of regret, or they don't feel regret.
Well, yeah, they wouldn't feel regret. They're dead. They wouldn't feel anything.
Exactly. Well, but
what about all of the people?
Before
but hold on. What about all of the people who aren't here anymore because they weren't able to access that treatment? Why don't they matter?
They do matter. Everyone.
But
matters.
you're prioritizing one over the other.
No, I'm not. I think we need to be careful with the care, and I think the children are different than, let's say, like the teenagers about to become young adults. I think children, it's maybe scare is the wrong word, but that's how it scares me a little bit to see children like taking a bunch of medication and, you know, going against nature a little bit and not letting their bodies form into what they, excuse my language if I offend anybody here, what they were supposed to be. And then, you know, either regretting it or not regretting it later. You know, you have two different outcomes, and we need to make sure that both outcomes are, you know, really taken care of. And sometimes when we allow things go too far. So we just have to make sure things don't go too far.
What would be going too far in your opinion?
I guess kind of just complete agreeance. Just, if you want to do this, kid, let's do it. You know, like, even if there's 6 months of this, the kid is saying, like, you know, I am transgender. I'll just say, like, I'm a boy and I feel like a girl. I am a girl. And they tell the doctor this for 6 months, you know, and again, I'd hopefully, well, anyway, let's just say they're seeing, every night they go home and they're a part of that community. Let's just say they're 13, right? They have a smartphone, whatever, as most kids do. They're on TikTok. They're a part of that community. They feel like they're a part of that community, and they identify with that community. So, you know, if they're with that every single day and they go to the doctor for 6 months and they're just going to keep saying that.
Do you think just really quickly, because I've met 11-year-olds and I've met 12-year-olds. Do you think they're capable of upholding something that isn't true for that long of a time period?
Oh, I mean, for sure. If they identify with some things, for sure. You can,
but wait,
like,
then you're saying they do identify it. They do identify this way. So what's the issue?
Sure. The issue is that they might not. So they could be feeling a full sense of identity because they are within a community and they want to fit in, right? Not that they don't think at the time, oh, I'm not this. It's just at later point they realize I never was. Right? You would agree that that does happen, of course. So, like, sometimes we have to make sure that that doesn't happen as often. Because then, like, people, you know, as they grow up, even if they're post-high school, they get surgeries, they remove parts, and, you know, some people regret it. Not everybody. And great for those people who don't. I'm happy for them. But, you know, the people that do, I feel like we need to do it in a way that doesn't stop the access to people who, I guess, also really need it and want to go through with it.
But the way you're doing it says that we should stop the access for the people who really need it. Because you're saying if you're under this age, you shouldn't get it.
Under 13, yeah. Okay, so I'll make a point, or I guess I'll make a point or a claim, whatever the hell. After anyone under 14, if you're not in high school, no. If you want to do it then, sure. We can talk about that. If the kids,
what do we do for the people?
For kids isn't high.
What do we do for the people? Suicide rate might not be high, but suicidality would still be. And that's, I think, equally as
suicidality to me. I'm sorry.
It's suicide thoughts, suicide ideations.
Suicidal thoughts. Okay. Really? I'm asking in honesty, like, really, like, suicidal thoughts for like 11-year-olds is like high. Anyone under 14, let's say?
Yes, it can still be high. Yes.
It can be, but like, is it for in regards to that?
I don't know the exact numbers, but just the claim that the suicide rates are not high, so therefore they're not feeling these things is an incorrect statement.
Well, I'm just stating that I feel if we're worried about
wait, Thomas.
Okay, go ahead. Before we get off tap. Yeah, go ahead.
Keep using that phrase throughout most of this conversation. You keep going, oh, I feel this and I feel that. But what about the way they feel? What about the fact that when we introduce these things to the youth population, suicidality drops by 70%? Or the fact that the regret rate is 3% at the high end, and the regret rate for bottom surgery over a 50-year period is 1%. Like, what do we do? Like, we're saying, my issue that I constantly have in this conversation is everybody wants to unindividualize this process. I don't think we should set direct guidelines that you can't get it until X, or you don't. It should be individualized. It should be based on the needs of the patient. And if the patient needs gender affirming care at, let's say, age 11, they should be able to access that. If they need gender affirming care at age 15, that's when they should be able to access that. Right? It should be in. Sure.
So if the I can't even say the word. I'm sorry. The suicidality. Please say it, please.
Suicidality.
If that rate isn't high, if suicide rates isn't high among children under 14 years old, just as a broad term or broad whatever, what is the need for gender affirming care? Besides,
because you're only looking at one. Why are you only looking at one comorbidity of gender dysphoria?
No,
there's not just suicide.
It's not having gender affirming care for children. That's why.
But it's not just suicide. Suicide isn't the only. You're saying, hey, you might not kill yourself, but you're going to be miserable for years, and that's worth it to me. You might commit self-harm, but that's fine. You might develop anxiety and depression and PTSD and all these other things that are comorbidities from severe gender dysphoria. But as long as you don't kill yourself, we're golden. And yes, it may be the case that you, when you get older, now have to spend more money to medically transition because you're going to need to go through more. You're going to need to go through surgeries that are going to cost a bit more. You might need to pay more money to undo the side effects of masculine or feminizing puberty. But as long as you didn't kill yourself, we're golden.
Okay, so that's not what I'm saying. Obviously, depression and anxiety, they're awful, but those are like normal human things that we go through in life. And true depression, this is nothing against anyone that has anything going on, but I'm assuming I'll be 30 this month. I've been through hard stuff. I've lost my mother. That's the only time that I could say I've been truly depressed, right? Now, if a child is going through depression at that level, they can't get out of bed, they're crying all day, they're waking up crying, that type of thing, okay, you need to see a doctor, right? That's a mental imbalance. That is not okay.
Okay.
But if they just
Thomas,
I'm
sorry. Thomas.
It's Tomas.
Tomas.
Yeah.
They have seen doctors.
Yep.
They have.
Sorry?
They literally have seen doctors. And the doctors recommend that they go through gender affirming care, which you're saying they shouldn't. Even though the doctors have said, hey, you have a child with severe gender dysphoria. It's creating these comorbidities. My recommendation as a doctor is they should get gender affirming care. And then you go, well, no, they shouldn't get that gender affirming care. Instead, they should go see a doctor. Then they'll go to that new doctor who will say, well, my recommendation is gender affirming care, in which you'll say, no, they shouldn't get that. They should go see another doctor. Then they'll go to that other doctor, and the cycle will continue and continue and continue and continue.
But not every child that goes in to see the doctor has these problems. They don't all have this.
And not every child that goes into the doctor,
deep anxiety.
Tomas, not every child that goes to the doctor is recommended medical affirming care. This is why I said it should be individualized.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not everybody under this age shouldn't get it, and everybody under this age can't get it.
And all I'm saying is that I think we need to have. Well, honestly, I still believe that if it's a child, it shouldn't be the case. I don't think the child again needs to, even if they are going through depression, anxiety at deep levels. Okay, we go to the doctor, we talk about things. But if they're just saying I am and I want this, we are inclined as a society to be okay for the most part. And the parents are shunned in a lot of cases in some communities for not bringing their children to go and get those things.
Because
And I just think we need to have-
I think
Yeah.
I think the people who deny gender affirming care, people who deny it and who don't want who think that it's bad and all this and all that, they aren't operating off of an evidence-based mindset. They're operating off of, I feel it's bad because I feel it's bad. So I can't get behind the position you're pushing, and you haven't really provided any evidence for your case except for I feel statements. So Tomas, unfortunately, I do need to move on though.
Well, real quick, I'll just close. I mean, I did give evidence about actual, physical things that happen to the human body when they are on these things for prolonged periods, as well as the people who don't make it that aren't accounted into the whole, 70% non-regret or whatever you said. I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly. It's not just I feel, and I do keep using we feel because it's less of a think situation. It is more about how the individual feels, right? So we have to take into account how they feel about the situation. So when I say we feel, I'm talking about as a society. And
Tomas,
that
I'm going to, when I post this video, I'd like you to go back and listen to it and just see that the arguments that you're engaging in don't really hold up logically, okay?
Okay, I'd like you to do the same, sir. It was good talking to you.
Anyway, shout out Connor for wanting to move on. Everybody say W Connor. The fuck? Also, Cabbage, thank you for the Cash App, and Max, thank you for the PayPal. We are going to keep this family housed, so W to you guys. Can I get a Hoya? Now nobody tip anymore for the rest of the day. Keep your money. Keep your secrets. We have one more call in the queue, guys. If you still want to call into debate, 219-327-8005. We only have one more call in the queue. Oh, man. Yo, Amanda, thank you for the Venmo. Said, you can't. What the fuck? That's so funny. Said, you can't tell me what to do. Here's a tip, punk ass. Tipping me while calling me punk ass. He's kind of wild, okay? That's crazy. Don't tip me and insult me, chat. Or do? Maybe I'm like low-key into that? I don't know. Is that? Okay. Oh, I'm already getting tired today. Let's take this next call. All right, next up, we have Mike. Now, Mike is calling about Trump being a good president and thinks that Trump is doing great. Let's see why. Mike, if you can hear me, please provide me with your age and pronouns.
Hello?
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 Hello.
You there?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. I can hear you, Mike.
Hello?
Mike, I can hear you. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So, yeah. Well, first off, you asked for my pronouns, right?
I need
I'm
your
a man. I'm a man.
Mike, that didn't answer the question.
I have 2 kids. One's
Still-
a boy, one's a girl.
Still didn't answer the question.
I don't have any pronouns.
You don't have any pronouns.
Huh?
You don't have any pronouns. None whatsoever.
Yeah, man. M-A-N.
Man is not a pronoun in the
dude.
English language.
How about dude?
So your pronoun is dude.
Well, leave it at that. Now, why am I a bad person? I'm uneducated too. Really?
Definitely, yeah.
You put that in. You put that in writing. I'm an
Sure did.
uneducated bad person.
Yes.
Wow. Can you explain that one to me?
Well, you
Why?
you don't know what pronouns are, so I would think that's the start of being uneducated.
No, I know what pronouns are.
You clearly
I just
don't.
buy into all that crap.
You clearly do.
Okay, moving on to the other part. Why am I a bad person exactly?
I mean, you support a dude that sends people to concentration camps. I think that's pretty bad.
Concentration camps, my ass. Now,
Yes,
you've let
concentration
all
camps.
the people into. You and Biden have let all the people into the country.
Oh, I did
that have
specifically?
broken this country down
I let them
and
in?
have.
I went to the board and I was
Well,
like, come on down, baby.
You are supporting Biden, aren't you? Okay.
Is Biden
And
the
he
president?
did nothing about. Huh?
Is Biden the president right now?
You supported him when he was the president, didn't you?
Did I support Biden? No.
Who did you support all that time then?
I mean, I thought he was better than Trump, but I don't like either party or either side.
Well, so you like a person that sniffs girls. Yeah, that's a really good example of a good father.
Mike, you like a person that told a 10-year-old he'd date her in 10 years. Wow.
So,
Amazing.
Anyway.
Wait, Mike, you like a person that said he'd date his daughter if she wasn't his daughter.
Okay.
You like a person that literally flew on Epstein's jet, Mike.
Yeah, I seen the video where he sniffed the girl's hair that had red hair. That ain't even his granddaughter, no one.
Did you see the
Anyway,
video? Did you see the video where Trump said that he would date a 10-year-old in 10 years, Mike? Did you see that? Oh, okay. Just gonna skip over all that, right?
No taxes. Hey, I'm talking.
You're just gonna skip over Trump telling a 10-year-old he'd date her? What about when Trump said he walks into girls' changing rooms? You're just gonna skip over that part too? He said he doesn't even knock. He just goes right in. We're gonna skip over that,
buddy.
We're just skipping over that part, Mike.
Yeah, we're gonna skip over that because you
Why?
skipped over everything else that I want to talk about.
Because you like the fact that Trump would enter girls' changing rooms without knocking. You like that fact.
You are a faggot with them fucking earmuffs on. You fucking queer.
You are emotional right now, Mike. Why are you so emotional?
Why are you such a fucking pussy?
Because I am what I eat.
Oh, you're funny. I
know.
bet you ain't never ate no pussy in your fucking life.
I mean, I don't really care
You
what
wouldn't
you.
even know
I don't really
anything.
care what you think. What would I give a fuck what you think, Mike?
If it slapped you in the face, you wouldn't know it.
If it smacked me in the face, I wouldn't know what it is. Sure, Mike.
Yep.
Sure, that made
If it
total
stretched around
sense.
your fucking head, you wouldn't know it.
Makes total sense, Mike. Yeah, absolutely. Can you tell me now, Mike, while you calm down from your emotional outburst? Can you tell me now? Do you think it's okay that Trump went into girls' changing rooms without knocking?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the taxes that he's supporting.
You don't want to talk about that.
He's supporting.
Of course.
Do you not want to talk about what I want to talk about?
No, I'm just saying. Of course you don't want.
Into you.
Of course you don't want. Of course you don't want to talk about Trump going into the changing room of women. Of course you don't, Mike. Why would you? Proves that he's a piece of shit. You don't want to talk about Trump being a piece of shit.
You're a fucking piece of shit, you motherfucker. Goodbye. Man, there ain't no fucking talking to you.
I mean, you could. You just don't want to talk to me about like Trump going into girls' changing rooms. Bye, Mike. Aw, TTFN. So long, farewell, Avitasen. Bro, they are so emotional. God damn. Gonna have to bleep out the slur on that one. Yo, bro, they're so bad at this, dude. What the fuck? What the hell, Beyonce? Darius, thank you for the Venmo. Darius said, did you see that the Lemkin Institute for Genocide expanded the definition of genocide to include gender groups, all because of what the U.S. is doing? Also, fuck ICE. I did. I haven't looked into that. Somebody send me a link to that specifically, because I'd like to look a little bit deeper into it. Taylor, thank you for the Venmo. Said Mike out here yelling into his crunchy leapfrog phone if a Facebook comment section was a person. God damn. Brandy, thank you for the super chat, said for mutual aid. Thank you so much, Brandy. And Brandy W, thank you for getting us back to an even fucking number. God, I was losing my mind at the odd numbers. Bradley, thank you for the Cash App, said for I am what I eat, I can't believe you. Hey, listen. That's a good one. Like, oh, I pulled that one off the cup. Katie said, Jovan, I need to be let into the country, please. Huh? What is I don't know what that means. Yo, what a crazy call. That's gonna be a fun one to post. Da-das, da-das, da-das. Da-das, da-das. Anyway. Oh, goddamn. He said, bro literally crashed out. He said, Biden sniffed kids. I said, Trump said he dated a 10-year-old. And then dude crashed the fuck out, bro. Like, that was crazy. The levels of copium. So funny. I turned the lights out. Comedy, straight up. Somebody's screening right now, and hopefully, yeah, somebody's being screened right now. We'll see if they're a debate. I'm getting a fucking headache today. Ooh, comedy. Guys, make sure if you want to get in for the giveaways that you're over on Twitch chat, because once they start, you have a 10-minute cooldown before you can chat. So to avoid that cooldown, get into Twitch chat early. We got 4 giveaways or 5 giveaways. Shit. We'll do 2 mugs, 2 shirts, and a sweater, and hopefully that doesn't put me over my... Might have to give away something smaller, actually. It might have to be like, we'll give away like a Bradley's Baddies album, a mug, a t-shirt, a sweater, something else. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That would be 5. Yeah, there's an album that you can purchase on my website that has all of the Bradley's Baddies theme songs on them. So you would get such hood classics as Yo, hood classics is crazy. Or hood classics as, oh, you can't even hear this one. Oh, that's loud as fuck. Shut up. Well, you get what I mean. You get what I'm saying. Hood classics. That's all that matters. Trapaholic. Hello? Hello? There we go. We'll see if this last call goes through, and then we'll determine what we do the rest of the day. I'm hitting a wall. Definitely hitting a wall. Okay. Up next, we have Muhammad coming up to the stream. Muhammad is going to tell me that, kind of disagree about topic number 5. Muhammad, if you can hear me, please provide me your age and pronouns. Hello? 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 Muhammad? Hello? I know you just spoke to the screeners. Okay, well, we tried. I tried. I tried so hard and got so far. I could hear you. Like, I could hear him. Or her. Or they. Or it. Like, I could hear you. Jimmy in the chat. Draw a picture of him. Maybe he will say something. That's crazy. All right, that's all our calls. What do we want to do now? I gotta completely think of new redeems. I need a mod team. We need to come up with a name for the mod team. The team of Aki, Pillow, Winnie, Jess, Yoshi, all of them. We need to come up with a name for Mod Squad. That's not Mod Squad because everybody uses that. What, please tell me you'll stream on January 25th. It's my husband's birthday and I need to redeem his favorite song just for him. Probably. That's like right after my trip, so I don't see why it wouldn't. I need the Mod Squad to come up with like better redeems that we can add to Twitch. Because Lord knows we don't have enough of them. Slumber party. Yeah, I'm not going to be here from the 15th to the 22nd. I'll probably still stream. Jimmy has told me he has a whole setup at his place that I'll be staying. So I may still stream, honestly. Like, why not? Giovanna's Witnesses is weird. This is a funny one. The Handlers is kind of funny. Jovan gonna ditch us? Possibly. Oh, and I guess I'm going live with Jimmy tonight. Me and Jimmy are going live at 8 to talk about the newly released footage from what happened yesterday. So we're gonna be, are we taking calls, Jimmy, or are we just chatting tonight? What are we doing? I'm gonna need a fucking nap. What time did you put? Did you do 8 my time or 8 your time? Should have told you 8 your time, 9 my time. To give me time to like eat dinner and just do cocaine like an adult. It's so fucking funny. I'm fucking crying. That's actually so fucking hilarious. Just do cocaine like an adult might be the funniest thing I've heard all day. Which is crazy because I thought I made the funniest joke of the day. But genuinely, I think that's the funniest joke of the day. Just do cocaine like an adult, man. That's so good. That's so good. Oh shit. I forgot about community night. How long are we going for, Jimmy? Let me just text him. I forgot we're supposed to technically have community. I mean, we could just push community night till tomorrow, right? We could just push community night to tomorrow. It's not that big of a deal. I won't let it not happen. God, I'm still thinking about it. That's such a good fucking line, dude. God damn it. Fuck, why didn't I think of that joke? Sometimes, chat, sometimes you be getting the best of me. Sometimes. Me and Jimmy will talk about it, but I think it's pretty clear what happened is Homeboy had PTSD and they hired somebody with PTSD who fucking fucked their whole shit up. Paladin Snowberry, thank you for the $10 tip. Said, hey, Jovan, love from the UK. Would love to discuss the difference between US and UK trans healthcare sometimes from your somewhat friendly Scottish trans girl. I need to do office hours. Should we just do office hours right now so anybody can call in about stuff like that? Should we just do office hours for the remainder of stream for like the last hour? I have PTSD and I've never killed anyone. True. God, you guys want to hear? Holy shit. So my friend Sean, we used to debate when I was back in my old TikTok phase, and we were debating this person on trans identities. This person who was essentially equating, like saying trans people should be genocide. It's essentially what this person was doing. Jovan, go nap. Probably should. And so the person kept like stuttering, and Sean was getting real pissed off. And the person was like, well, I had a brain injury, so I'm sorry that I stutter so much. It takes me a while to process. And this motherfucker, she goes, I ain't never heard somebody getting a brain injury making them pro-trans. So I don't give a fuck about your brain injury making you anti-trans. I was like, holy shit, bro. That was funny. What do you think, chat? Should I go sleep so that I'm actually present for me and Jimmy stream tonight? Or should I take another hour worth of office hours calls? Actually, wait. We can't do office hours because I have a scene is being, something is being made for office hours and I don't have it yet. So I don't want to do office hours till I get that thing because it's going to be really cool. So I don't want to do office hours till I get that thing. But what I do want to say, and I've already spoken to the person that the mutual aid is for, they are incredibly thankful to you guys. Like, you guys literally are keeping their kids off the street. Like, quite literally, you're keeping their kids off the street. So I want to say thank you to both chats, YouTube and Twitch. I guess I will keep doing the Twitch. We'll do the YouTube horizontal and vertical going forward and see how that works for a couple days. So thank you to YouTube and Twitch. Thank you to you guys. Like, we'll have another new mutual aid request in, what's today? Friday. So Monday will be, so if you need a mutual aid request, get in by Monday, because Monday will be the next time we have a new mutual aid request. That'll be Monday that we do that. Oh, giveaways. Yeah, let's do our giveaways. Come to Twitch if you want giveaways. Everybody else on YouTube, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. So sorry to Andrew Wilson. I know you called in. We didn't have time to get to you. We'll get to you tomorrow. Thank you, YouTube, for being here and chilling. See you guys later.